What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Davin Jackson, also known as DJax Alpha. Thank you for joining another night of, I guess you'll call this another test stream, another hack and chat, whatever you want to call it. But thank you for joining. I want to give a special shout out to Cyber Insight, also known as JB. He just finished his stream, and I wanted to be respectful of his stream and what he had going on. So once he got off, I got started. So thank you for joining. Hopefully you guys are coming in from over here. I see a couple people. Hey Khalil, how you doing? Hope you ain't sneaking out of class this time. So yeah, so actually I need to grab something just in case JB does show up. So on his stream he was talking about his baby Yoda had mine still in the box, and then the other one with the Mandalorian was over there is on the other side. So let's see. Dave says checking in. Chaos Rain says what's good, brother? How are you? I'm good. I'm better today than I was Monday and Tuesday. Like I said, still some nonsense going on. Oh wait, hold on. Hold up. Here you go. All right, cool. So anyway, um, oh man, here you go. I guess I guess I must have made the big time because I'm getting spammed in my chat. I guess I'm starting to do something right. Chaos Rain, just let me know. Um, I'm always game, for stuff. See what's going on. So all right, so I'm just checking out. I'm checking how I'm looking on Twitch and YouTube, doing a little Inception thing. All right, cool. So like I said, so shout out to JB. He was doing his stream on how to become a system engineer and going through job descriptions and stuff like that. So I will probably still go through some of the TryHackMe stuff. It only makes sense to kind of continue on from yesterday, but like I said, I also want to talk to the people, talk to y'all. So, let me know what's on your mind. Let me know how your day is going and everything like that, and we can get started. Like I said, I'm having a better day today than I did, you know, beginning of the week. But like I said, I'm gonna turn it into a teachable moment. Like I said, I'm still just processing some things that's going on, but like I said, everything that I'm doing is just kind of pushing me in the direction that I think everybody knows where where I want to go. So Willie Beeman, what's going on, man? I'm good. How are you? Anonymous made a clouds embrace guide us to a glorious stream. I appreciate it, Anonymous. All right, so yeah, like I said, we're just gonna continue building up on Hack the Box. I'm not Hack the Box. Jeez, try Hack Me. I really need to get some rest. But like I said, I hope you guys are tuning in. Again, if you have any questions or you just want to chat, just let me know. Also, remember, just to tune in. Make sure you guys are tuning in tomorrow for InfoSec Unplugged, where I will have the guests, Lauren, Camille, and Caitlin, who are also the organizers of the event. So make sure you check them out. And let's see. I am not going to still on the hunt for remote cyber jobs. Hey, yeah, Willie, man, like I said, just keep looking. Look at different hotspots. I'm not saying it out of because I'm biased. You can look here in Georgia. You can look. Texas has a lot of remote areas. New York is 50-50 with the remote stuff. A lot of them want you to come in. Um, and I'm not sure about like out west, but I know Texas, I know Georgia, New York is 50-50. And then honestly, you could look at some other places like Oregon, um, and like yeah, Oregon, Minnesota, believe it or not, because Oregon has Nike, Minnesota has like Target headquarters. So check those out too. I just talked to Lauren earlier today. She's my oh nice nice. You know what, Kalila, I actually got a message from Caroline, and she said that I guess a conversation was had and I was brought up. So, but that's great. That's a great that you lucked out with a hell of an ally. Like I said, I'm excited to see how this one turns out. All right, so let's make sure I'm not missing any other chats. No, 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 no. Yeah, Caroline's pretty awesome. Caroline's pretty awesome. Like I said, I've been talking to her honestly since last summer when I first said I wanted to kind of put myself out there and do more speaking engagements. She was one of the first people who reached out to me and to do her podcast, and that was a podcast that came out like 2-3 weeks ago. Um, so all right, cool. So we're gonna go into Linux Fundamentals Part 2. This room is the second part of the Linux Fundamental Room designed to teach you about various Linux concepts and built-in tools. This room covers the topics, operators, and advanced file operators. So it looks like it wants you to SSH into the room as explained in the tasks. Do we really have to SSH in? I don't know. All right, let's see. I love her energy. Yeah, no, she's awesome. She's awesome. She's non-subscribed user can only deploy the free attack box 1 hour a day. Okay, I thought that's what I did. Yeah, she's great. She's honest. Like she'll tell you, like I talked to her about imposter syndrome. I talked to her just about, the stresses of the job. Um, yeah, she's great. Like I said, she's another one where it's kind of like I sent her a message the other day, and it was just like, okay, cool. Let's just get into, let's just call me. And like I said, we spoke, and like I said, everything is great. So yeah, she's definitely great. Lauren's great. Camille's great. I haven't really gotten a chance to know Caitlin. I believe that's her name. I hope I'm not saying her name wrong. But like I said, that's what tomorrow's gonna be for. So we're gonna definitely get it moving that way. All right, cool. Now I said start machine. It's deployed, but it's not giving me the option to. All right, whatever. Deploy the machine and SSH into the room using the following credentials. All right, so I want my machine. Let's start the Kali Linux box. Yeah, Caitlin. Okay. CW InfoSec, how you doing? Hey, listen. I'm gonna get in contact with you, Cody. I have something I want to do in April with a whole bunch of content creators. So, um, I will shoot you a message. If not this week, maybe sometime next week, because I have to get, like I said, get through the whole InfoSec Unplugged stuff, and then Friday is Friday, and like I said, after the week I've been having, I'm probably going to have a drink and pass out somewhere, or I might stream again and play some video games, and then y'all can catch me pass out after I try to play some video games. So anyway, how's everybody else doing? That's enough about me. It's about you guys. It's about the pack. How y'all doing? Professor Black Ops, what's up? Hey, Professor Black Ops, like I said, same thing with you. Same thing with the content creators. I got to get in contact with you, but I appreciate your donation yesterday on buying me a coffee. Um, wow, like I said, I'm truly grateful. So I appreciate you for that. I mean, yeah. All right, let me see. It keeps saying I did say starting the machine, and I said I want to start my attack box. Start attack box. Okay, now it works. Hey, Shayna B is now following. I appreciate the follow. Thank you for following. Um, I did have. Maybe it'll come back up. Like I said, this is still a work in progress. Everything that you see here. So this whole banner, this stuff you see going on here. I'm actually messing around with a few things. Let's see how it looks over here. Where's my chat box? Oh no. Not this one. So normally I don't do this because I'm somewhat of a I wouldn't call myself a perfectionist, but I definitely want to make sure the product is like polished and ready to go before I get started with it. But like I said, some events came up this week that required me to change up how I do things. So like I said, just let me know if everything still looks good to you guys. If things get to be a little fuzzy or whatever, just keep me posted. I'm gonna take myself off the screen and hopefully, can somebody just send me something in the chat? Let me just know. Let me know that it at least is working. Ah, there we go. Shayna B, thank you. Yeah, no, show the real deal. Life is messy. Yeah, like I said, I try to make sure I have a as close to a finished product as possible. So I always that I'm really I make sure that everything is good. I don't have the money like the big time streamers or anything like that. So it's I just try to make sure whatever I do have is it works well. All right, so we're gonna SSH into the room. We're gonna use the username Shiba and the password ping you for the win. So we don't need to answer that. Let's see. Deploy the machine. If you have the machine open, welcome to the room. Blah 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 blah. Okay, SSH intro. All right, so SSH is the act of remotely accessing a machine. SSH or secure shell allows you to run commands interactively on a remote machine, and this is done through the use of a program on a target machine, which allows SSH clients to interface with the target host. While most common usage of a regular operating system is graphical, allowing you to see pictures, web browsers, file managers, etc. SSH works through a command line, meaning anything done on the target machine will be done through a command prompt. It may look intimidating at first, but you'll soon find out you can do much of the same functionality that you're able to do using graphical user interfaces. Yes, if you're going to get into cybersecurity or get into pen testing, get used to using SSH. It's really convenient once you kind of get to use it, and also it could also be an attack method on pen tests if people have their SSH or like default passwords for their SSH users. It's rather simple to gain access. A lot of the time, um, it's if it's there, it's like the fastest way in. All right, so it may look intimidating at first, but you'll soon find out you can do much of the same functionality that you're able to do using graphical user interfaces. It is an invaluable tool in how you will be accessing this machine to learn and do challenges. Depending on the operating system, there are different ways of SSHing into a machine. This section will purely focus on Windows way, PuTTY, and after we learn about the Linux commands, how they work, we'll return to this section and learn about the Linux method. All right, cool. All right, so I'm assuming, let me go back to part 1. This is the attack machine. I'm assuming this is the target machine. So do they want us to do SSH, was it -L Sheba at 10.10.208.143. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have did the -L. So we'll say SSH Sheba. Okay, we're gonna just say yes, and then the password was ping u ftw. Permission denied. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do it yet. Or maybe this is the wrong IP address. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. Deploy this machine and SSH into the room as explained in the task below. Okay. So maybe we just didn't get there yet. Alright, cool. Disclaimer, please do not use PuTTY if you are already on Linux. Use the instructions for the SSH binary down below. The download for PuTTY can be found here. So this is the site for PuTTY. Okay. Once you download it, go through in the install process once you've installed it. Okay. The field. So this kind of goes over how to use PuTTY. The field that we are most interested in is the hostname or IP address, which is 10.10.208.143 that you got when you deployed the machine comes into play. That's because the format of SSH is user at host, and then in this case it's 10.10.208.143. Oh, that's what I did wrong. I just did Sheba and not Sheba 1 or Sheba 2. Okay, so we're going to cancel this out. Let's clear it. Sheba 2. Okay. Ping you ftw. There we go. All right. I should have looked at the comments sooner. Thank you, Shanna B. All right. Okay, you'll be greeted. So this is if you want to use Windows. You could download PuTTY from this website here and install it. I have it on my other machine, but again, since this is still I'm still in between machines, I'm not going to go ahead and install it on this one right now. So this is just kind of going through all the steps. And cool. All right. All right, so now we're on section 4. So this is and or and means, as you might expect, meaning and allows you to execute a second command after the first one has executed successfully, meaning ls and echo hello. So if you remember on Monday when I was, if you saw it on Monday, if not, you can check it out on YouTube. When I was kind of refreshing myself on Kioptrix 1.1, which is the second machine in the series, I was messing around with the command injection vulnerability. And what happens there is there was a dialog box that allowed you to ping another machine, but then you can add a second command. And what I did was I did a semicolon, but you could also do and so it runs the first command and then you can have it run the second command to test for command injection. So that's a good one to remember. Remember and remember the semicolon. Remember like the pipe, like the just a straight line down. But I'm pretty sure we'll get to that later. Um, let's see. So note, since the second command happens after the first command, you can use something created in the first command and the second command. So here it says echo hello, and that's greater than, which is appending a file. So when you cat a file, if you do one greater than symbol, that's writing to it, but if you do two, that's actually appending. So like editing the file. So I'll actually show you right here. Let's see if we could do cat. We'll say cat hello into hello.txt. I know hello no such file directory. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, so now we'll say cat hello. Oh, why won't you? Do I have to do quotation marks? Oh, jeez. Okay, so it's gonna make it's gonna make a liar out of me. We'll just do it exactly how it says. So echo hello into hello.txt. Okay, so now if we say cat hello.txt, it'll say hello. And now we'll say echo, actually echo hello again in all caps, and then we'll say dash dash into hello.txt. And now if we say cat, you'll see it says hello and then hello again. Whereas if I don't do that and I just do it once, now you see that first hello is gone. There's a lot of hellos. Okay, so all right. Much unlike an and, one and has nothing to do with and at all. And is a background operator, meaning say you run a command and it takes 10 seconds to run. Normally you wouldn't be able to run commands during that period. However, with and, that command will still execute and you'll be able to run other commands. I can't exactly show an image, but it did wait 5 seconds. Okay. Are you guys still with me? Is everything still looking good? Or am I sounding okay? Am I in the room by myself now? Don't worry, that happens. I talk to myself from time to time too. Oh man. All right, cool. Thanks. Okay, so I usually use the singular and when I'm writing a script, or like if I'm trying to do something like was it like multi-threading or something like that. If I want the command to run while I'm running like an nmap command, I'll type that. I'll have that and at the end of the command I'm trying to run. Okay, I'm trying to get through this so we can get to some of the good stuff, but let's see. Read the answer above. Why is it looks like it's, am I frozen? No, okay. And section 4, correct answer. Okay, cool. All right, so Linux operator $sign is a unusually special operator, as it is used to denote environmental and variables, environment variables. These are variables set by the computer. You can set them by yourself, but we'll get into that. That are used to affect different processes and how they work. Meaning that if you edit these variables, you can change how certain processes work on your computer. For example, your current user is always stored in an environment called $user. You can view these variables with the echo command. Calvin, what's going on? Okay, so there you go. It says echo. Right. Naturally, this means environment variables can be used as input for other commands as well. For example, say I wanted to create a file which is the name of the current user. I could do touch user. That's sorry. Recall that the greater than operator appends output to a file. Environment variables can also be set pretty easily. Just running export variable name equals value will set that as an environment variable. So if you export this and then echo it, it'll equal the test. So let's try that now. So if we say export, I don't know, we'll say export hello equals hi, and then we echo hello. There you go. Should say hi. Calvin, I'm good, man. How was your day? Like I said, I figured just try to do another test stream or just another stream. Keep the momentum going. We're already on day 3, and I got InfoSec Unplugged tomorrow. So, all right. So, how would you set newt equal to 1111? You would say export newt equals 1111. All right. What is the value of the home environment variable? What is the value of the home environment variable? So that would be home Shiba 2. There we go. So what I did there again, I typed in a command that I don't think they covered yet, but if you type in pwd, that stands for present working directory. So by default, you're usually in your home directory. So anytime you're lost, let's say you, I don't know, let's say you move to Shadow Etsy. I don't know, let's move to CD VMware Tools, CD VG off. All right, and then we're clear, and then for some reason you don't see it here where you are. You can type in pwd and it'll tell you exactly where you are. Sometimes when you're on other machines, especially if you gain access to a machine, you may not have all of this. You literally may just have this, $sign, like this little terminal right here, and you don't know where you are. And sometimes you can get lost. So that's just a good one to remember. PWD is also password in some flavors of Linux. Is it? I know. Yeah, you might rewrite. I know there's pass WD, So I know there's past WD. I think I've seen. Oh no, 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 no! I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. Ping. All right, cool. I didn't mean to do that. That's also a command to change your password. So sorry. Um, all right. Let's see. Section 4. Continuing with the trend of very special operators, we have the pipe. So this is what I was talking about earlier when I said you can do. There's other commands with like command injection. So there's semicolons and stuff. So pipe is this one right here. So continuing with the trend of very special operators, we have the pipe. The pipe is unique because while operators like greater than allow you to store the output of a command, the pipe operator allows you to take the output of a command and use it as input for a second command. For example, I can use cat to get the output of a file and pipe that into grep to search for a specific string. We'll learn about grep later. It is worth noting that not all commands support pipe and that some do require you to use instead of input, for example, catdash. So always check to see if the command supports it. Change mod changes permission and you can get more privileges if need be. Assuming you can change the permissions to the file. All right, the operator works a lot like, this is the semicolon operator works a lot like and however it does not require the first command to execute successfully. This means that you can do sure all of that and you would still see the output of ls. So again, if you remember, if you were with me on Monday when I was doing the command line injection, I was doing stuff like ping dash c4 and then we'll say localhost, but then I said and then ls. So if you see what just happened, I actually ran ping. Ping ran successfully. It pinged the localhost 4 times, came back with its responses, and then after it was done, it listed out everything that was in my home directory. So when you run into a situation where you think command injection might be on a machine, like I said in the example of the Keyoptrix machine, ping was the command line. That command box was allowing you to ping other hosts. So you let it run, and then you would let it run the ICMP ping, and then you would run the semicolon or and or whatever, and then put the second command. And then if that second command went through, then you know that you have command injection, and then you could try things like trying to add, a reverse shell to call back to your attack box. ICMP. Yep. Okay. So the single greater and operator for output is for output redirection, meaning that you can redirect the output of any command to a file. For example, if I were to run echo hello to file, then instead of outputting that to the console, it would save it to the output file called file. So that's what you saw me do earlier when I made the when I did the echo hello into the file hello or hello.txt. So how would you output 20 to a file called test? So you would say echo 20 test. Okay. So, and then we get into the same thing with the append. So I showed you that before. Binary. This challenge is pretty simple. The binary is checking to see if the environment variable test1234 exists and if it's set to equal the current user. What is Sheba3's password? So I believe that was echo user. The challenge is pretty simple. The binary is checking to see if the environment variable test1234 exists. So echo test1234. It didn't say anything. And if it's set to the current user environment variable. Binary is checking to see if the environment variable test1234 exists. So it doesn't exist. And does it equal if it's set equal to the current user? Ah, crap. Export equals, what was that? Test1234. Yep. Export test1234 equals, and then that was supposed to be user, right? And now if you echo user, okay, what did I do wrong? Okay. Okay, so you had to export it because it didn't exist. Okay, so echo test1234, that didn't exist. So you had to, so then you had to export it to the user and then run the Sheba2 binary. Okay. No, I think I got mixed up on the wording, but that's fine. Okay. Advanced file operations intro. Much like Windows, files have a lot of complexity to them. Multiple different parameters have to be modified to allow certain users to read to files, write to files, and execute certain files. This section will cover modifying those parameters. Okay. Recall that LS has different flags that allow you to view information about different types. Okay. This image has all of the attributes that will be covered in this section. More specifically, we're interested in these. These attributes are, in order, the file permissions from owner of the file and the and group that the file is in. So if you remember last night when we looked at Sheba 3, not 2. Wait, what? Yeah, Sheba 3's password is happy noises, but you had to run the Sheba 2 binary. Yeah, yep, okay. No, I got confused again. Okay, cool. So if you remember yesterday, I was taught. Let me put back my screen here. Okay, so if you remember yesterday, we were talking about the ls command, the list command, and I said I like to do ls-la, or in this case is ls-al. But what it does is it tells you the attributes It tells you the permissions that are on the file, and it tells you the owner of the file. So like I said, sometimes it'll tell you, um, if it's a directory, if it's a file, if whatever it is, then it'll tell you if you can do read, write, and execute, and the different levels that you can do it, the different levels of users that can do it. So if you look here, it's read, write, execute. Read looks like write, this user, you're not able to do it here in the groups. Execute, and then you can read, and again you can't write, but you can execute. So many Shiba. Yeah, it's whatever. All right, so recall that ls shows our username twice. These attributes are the user and the group attributes respectively. So this is, so like I said, so this first batch of read, write, dash is for the user, and then this second batch is read, write, execute for the group. ls and ls-l is good too. Yeah, like I said, I use ls or ls-l, or usually I just jump right to ls-la. But okay, so these attributes are the user and group attributes respectively. Recall that when we edit the permissions for these attributes, so it stands to reason that we can also change these attributes. That is done by using the chown. So change, I say change ownership command, or change own command, which allows us to change the user and group of for any file. The syntax for this command is chown user group file. For example, if we wanted to change the owner of file to Shiba2, as well as the group Shiba2, we would say chown Shiba2 file. I'm not going to jump ahead. Note that you can only use chown if you are above that other user, meaning the chown is best done with the root administrator user. So you can't. So if you're a low level user, you can't change the rights to basically elevate your own privileges or that of other users. You have to be an elevated user already to grant that permission. You can also use chown without specifying a group. So you can just use chown user file if you wanted to change the user but keep the group. Okay, so how would you change the owner of a file to Paradox? To Paradox. So you would go chown Paradox. What am I missing? Oh, okay. Chown Paradox file. Okay, what about the owner and the group of file to Paradox? So that would be chown Paradox file. What flag allows you to operate on every file in the directory at once? Every file at once. Is it? It's not -x, is it? No. Okay. Burpson says -r. And you're correct. I was going to actually go to chown-h. Is there a dash help? There we go. So there's dash C, dash F, V for verbose, H, capital R, dash capital R for recursive, dash capital P for traverse. It's interesting. I don't see dash lowercase r. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that, Burp Son. All right, so where are we now? We are on task 15, advanced file operations, change mod. Change mod allows you to set the different permissions for, okay, that's, yes, so change own was change ownership, change, okay, yep. That's what I was thinking before when I said I wasn't going to jump the gun. Change mod allows you to set different permission. The TryHackMe box may not be case sensitive. Okay. Makes makes sense. That would make sense. Change mod allows you to set the different permissions for a file and control who can read it. The syntax of this command is typically change mod permissions file. The interesting part is how the permissions are set. They are set using using a three-digit number where each digit controls a specific permission, meaning the first digit controls the permission of a user for a user, the second digit for the group, the third for everyone that's not a part of the user or group. Now the value of the digits control whether they can read, write, or execute, or do all three. And to properly calculate it, okay, so 1 is file can be executed, 2 is the file can be written to, 3 is the file can be executed and written to, 4 is file can be read, 5 is file can be read and executed, 6 is file can be written to and read, and 7 is file can be read, written to, and executed. So if you sometimes you'll see people do when they create files and they'll do change mod 777, and that's just basically saying any you can read, write, and execute to it, and be done with it. If you want to do that, that's fine, but that's also granting anybody and everybody access to that file. So typically you want to make sure you're using these numbers. So 444 or 475, or whatever combination you want to use. So if you look down here, well, I guess I jumped ahead again. The way these values are calculated is this. The digit 1 means the file can be executed, 2 means it can be written, 4 means it can be read. If you get the different permissions by adding these digits, for example, 1 plus 2 is 3, meaning the file can be executed and written to. Now let's see how it works from perspective. The file can be executed and written to by the user that owns the file. The file can be read by the group that owns the file. The file can be executed by everyone else. So that would be 341. 777 can be read, written to, and executed by the user that owns it. The file can be read, written to, and executed by the group that owns it. And the file can be read, written to, and executed by everyone else. So again, like I said, this is like just giving the keys to the castle. And then there's 455. It can be read by the user that owns the file. The file can be read and executed by the group that owns the file, and the file can be read and executed by everyone else. So recall file permissions are divided into 3 sections: user, and group, and everyone else. The same is true here. However, everything starts from the second. Actually, let me see. Let me go back here. Some people are saying they're having issues. There we go. All right, cool. The same is true here. However, everything starts from the second hyphen, not the first. So we can just forget about the first hyphen for now. Note that everything is in a sequential order. So the first 3 characters control permissions for the user, second 3 control for the group, final 3 for everyone else. So again, if you look here, this would be the user's read, write, execute. Then this would be the group's read, write, execute, and then this is everyone else's read, write, execute. So here you could tell, like, this is a directory. This is a directory folder. So that's why you see the D there, and then it's read, write, execute for the user. Read can't write but can execute for the group. Read can't write but can execute for the for everyone else. What permissions mean the user can read the file, the group can read and write the file, and no one else. So if you want the user, if you want them to read the file, the user can read the file. 4, the group can read the file. Is that what it said? The group can read and write to the file and no one else. So that would be 4, and then read, and was that 4, 5? Read and write. Was that 460? Okay. Let me see the comments. May not be case sensitive. Everything, love it, full permission. You're probably right. Wasn't sure -R, but recursive. I started on Red Hat 7.2 and Sun Solaris. Love Linux. I sell Red Hat if anybody needs Red Hat. Ah, got you. Okay. What permissions mean the user can read, write, and execute. The group can read, write, and execute, and everyone else can read, write, and execute. That's 777. Okay. All right, so let's take a break from all the permissions and math and look at something that can completely destroy your. Oh gosh, let me go on here. So for all my people who are fairly new or new to Linux, and it might not be anybody here because you guys are awesome. But to people who are brand new and you're looking for commands and you go online and if they tell you, oh yeah, just run, rm-rf or sudo rm dash, don't do that. They're actually telling you to do this next set of commands. So let's take a break from all the permissions and math and look at something that can completely destroy your Linux system if used carelessly. RM, as you might have guessed, means remove, and that's exactly what it does. As you can imagine, this is incredibly dangerous as you can remove some very important files and render your system completely unusable. It is not worth noting that you need write permission to the file deleted, so you can't just delete any file if you're a regular user. Oh, so what flag deletes every file in a directory? Oh, jeez. Noted. No, seriously. I've seen people put that in the comments, and people really end up losing their stuff, and it sucks because this is the bad rap that they get with trying to ask people for help, right? People ask for help because they actually need the help, and people take that need and essentially fuck with people. And like I said, I've seen people like completely just destroy their machines and lose everything. Like that's just like it's jacked up. And then the excuse is, oh well, they should have googled it and did their research first, or you shouldn't just believe everything you hear. But they're coming to you because they look at you as a reliable source, and instead of living up to their expectations, you decide to do, you know you decide to do some bullshit. So don't be that person. Don't be that person that wants to just mess stuff up for people, and you know But the lesson should also be learned again. You can do things like run the help command in Linux, or you can Google it. But it is what it is. Just be very careful when using this command. Okay, so how do you suppress all warning prompts? Um, that's actually a good one because I don't know that. Do not treat specially, do not remove. Interactive equals when dash I. Prompt before every removal. No, you don't want a prompt before every removal. So ignore non-existent files and arguments, never prompt. So that would be dash F. Yep. So yeah, usually, like I said, it's usually RM dash RF. All right, we're almost done with what is this, Linux 2? This is still Linux 2. Jeez. MV allows you to move files from one place to another. The syntax of the command is move file destination. So if I wanted to move a file to my home directory, I would say move file and then the tilde. Note you can also move to change the name of a file, and that would rename it to whatever. How would you move a file to change to? How would you move file to the temporary directory? So you'd go move file /tmp. Okay, and let's see. Now that you have some intermediate knowledge using Linux, to finish using the Linux series, to join the Linux 3 room. Let's see what's on here, and we'll just say we're completed. All right, let's share it to Twitter. Sure, why not? All right, cool. So we now have knocked out Linux Fundamentals 1, Linux Fundamentals 2. We're going to terminate our boxes. Terminate this machine. So make sure we're all clear. What time is it? We are now at 7:48. Should we keep going? Let's see. No, I think I'm gonna call it tonight. um, we could pick this one up on Friday or on the weekend. Again, like I said, I don't want to give up too much just before we do the real, you know, the real thing. But Calvin says yes, proceed. Nah, like I said, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna go spend some time with the wife and kids and have some ice cream and stuff. So, and like I said, I still need to prep for tomorrow, which is Thursday, which means that will be another episode of InfoSec Unplugged. So I need to get my questions ready because the ladies who I will be having on tomorrow will definitely be some to watch, and I want to make sure I'm not wasting their time. So I'm gonna log off, get those questions ready, get a good night's sleep. Like I said, today was a better day than so far. It's Hump Day. We're getting towards the end of the week. Like I said, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. If you like what I'm doing, please follow me here. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitter if you have any questions. I try to be very open and honest with my answers and stuff like that. And like I said, just check it out. And like I said, I will see you guys tomorrow for InfoSec Unplugged. And then we'll probably do another stream Friday. I think Friday, since it's the weekend, I might just do some gaming. I feel like I deserve it. I don't know. But you guys take it easy. You take care. Be safe. And I will see y'all tomorrow.